Hey guys, it's Appleminte. Welcome back again to my channel. So a few months ago, I did a video where I drew fast food restaurants as people. And from that video, a lot of you asked me if I could do things that branched out from that and maybe tried other stores, other kind of places as people. And so for today's video, I'm doing just that. But before we get into it, I want to give a big thank you to today's video sponsor. I'd like to thank today's video sponsor, Lord of Heroes. Lord of Heroes is a turn-based mobile RPG game that released earlier this year. The game is beautiful, anime-style 3D graphics, and spectacular effects. The gameplay style features turn-based battles with lots of strategy involved in making just the right move. There are almost 50 knights to collect within the game, each with different skills and characteristics. The nice thing about this game is that there isn't any random character gacha system. You can recruit any character you want with 100% certainty, and each character can be upgraded to 6 stars. New content has recently been added to the game, such as the obelisk. There's also a new character named Sophie, whose greatest life goal is the acquisition of all knowledge. In addition, a new alchemy system has also been added, which will allow you to obtain a guaranteed selected heroes artifact, and you can do this 3 times per month. Overall, the game is a lot of fun, and I'd recommend trying it out if you love action and character collecting. Check out the link in my description below to download it, and thank you again to Lord of Heroes for sponsoring today's video. So when I was trying to come up with a direction for this video, I knew I wanted to do stores, or I guess places in general, but I also, as of late, have really been enjoying combining 2 different themes in one. If you remember a few weeks ago, I did ice cream flavors, but I did Halloween monsters as ice cream flavors. So kind of taking 2 different themes and combining them. So for this week, I had RPG video games on the brain because of this week's video sponsor. And I really wanted to take that kind of theme and combine it with different stores. So what would they be like if they were out in the wild as, you know, characters in a video game? And so for this first one that I'm doing, I am drawing Target. And as you might guess, the logo is a bullseye, so first thing I thought of was drawing an archer. And so that is the birth of this video. That is how this all started, and from there I got really inspired because I play a lot of RPG games in general, and I love character creation and different classes and everything like that, so drawing things like this gets me really excited. Anyway, when it came to her design, I wanted to give her almost like a little bit of a Robin Hood look. I gave her a hood and then kind of connected that to a leotard, giving her little windows, little thigh windows there, which I think is pretty cute, and then really high socks and some boots. So that was my idea for her outfit because I knew since she's an archer, I would think that she would be not wearing too much heavy armor because typically in a video game, whenever you pick the archer class, they always only get access to like cloth armor or light armor, whatever you want to call it. So I wanted to stick with that here because she's somebody who needs to be pretty nimble and jumping around a lot and kind of hiding in the woods and stuff like that. So that's where I went with this. And then as for her color scheme, Target admittedly does not have the most fun color scheme. It's literally just red and white. So there's not too much you can really do there. And so I didn't want to introduce, you know, a million different colors into this and stray too much from that color scheme. So I wanted to keep everything within the same realm. You know, I didn't want to put like gold or green or things that I just didn't feel would fit within what I was creating. So for her skin tone, I decided to go with a reddish tan color, kind of to bring out, you know, to match the reds in her outfit. But also I imagine since she's somebody who's outside every day or somebody who's constantly in the woods, in the forest, and, you know, under the sun, that she would have a bit of a darker skin tone. Instead of going with a more orangey tan, you know, like I said, I went with the more reddish color so that it kind of matches the rest of her look overall. Just a subtle thing. And then, as always, as I do when I have a limited color palette, just trying to spread out the colors. I mostly used white as an accent color and red for the main parts of her outfit and all that. And for her hair, like I said before, I don't want to bring in too many new colors, so I decided to go with a brown because I felt like that would be the best color to go with that wouldn't be, you know, too dark or stand out too much. If I had gone with black, I think that would have been much too dark for her. And I really didn't want it to be red, black, and white. I wanted it to more go along the path of like something a little bit more neutral mixed with the reds. So that's why I chose the browns. And then I gave her some freckles and some blushy cheeks and all that to kind of give some color to her face. And I really, honestly, am really happy with how she turned out overall. I think my favorite part of this especially is her face and her hair, because I wanted her hair to kind of be popping out around the hood. I imagine she'd have like a really short, choppy haircut, but I didn't want that all to be hidden within the hood, because sometimes when you draw a hood on top of a character, you can cover up a lot of the details. So I definitely wanted a lot of that to be popping out the sides to give it a little bit more character. And as for her logo, as you know with these videos, I usually leave a space somewhere on the outfit or an accessory somewhere where I will put the store's logo or whatever I'm drawing's logo. And for this one, I decided to put it on her little pouch around her waist, because I was originally going to put it right in between where the hood connects there on her chest, but it's kind of covered up by her hair and her hands, so I figured that the bag would be a better option. And then I colored her bow red, again, to stick in within the color scheme and all that. But yeah, overall, this is my Archer for Target. I hope you like her. I hope you enjoy the direction I went with her. I really liked drawing this one specifically because of the pose. I really liked the more dynamic pose that I went with this one, rather than something a little bit more stiff. So I hope you enjoyed that as well. It's always fun to try different things and different poses. And yeah, there you have it. There is Target. I don't have a name for her, but I guess she's just Target. Anyway, on to the next one. Okay, so of these two that I'm drawing for today's video, I will say that this one is actually my favorite. And it's not to say that I don't like the Archer one. No, I just really like this one. And that's because for this drawing, I really wanted to choose my favorite character class in any RPG that I play, which is typically a healer or a support character of some sort. I really enjoy playing kind of like the god behind the scenes that manages the life and death of their team, the buffs, and is watching the whole playing field while everybody else is handling, you know, the bosses or whatever. I get to handle everything else behind the scenes, and it's really fun for me. So I wanted to go with more of a cleric / priest healer for this one. And when I was trying to come up with a place that would fit this, the first thing I thought of was a pharmacy. And so I was looking at CVS and Walgreens at their logos, and I kid you not, their logos are white and red. More white and red. And since I just did Target, I was like, there is no way that I'm doing white and red again for the second character. I like to have some variety in my videos, you know, so I'm not gonna do that. I could have gone with a more generic pharmacy or something smaller, but instead of doing that, I figured it would be better just to pick pharmacy as a whole for this character, since a pharmacy is a place you go that could be in multiple kinds of stores. It doesn't necessarily have to have a specific brand. So that's why I'm sticking to something more of a general term for this one. Hope you don't get too mad about that, but I think it still fits properly within the theme of this video. So this is pharmacy, the healing class. And I wanted to make sure to add a bunch of plus signs all over her outfit, because usually whenever you're using a healing move or, you know, a healing character, there will be plus signs that pop up around the skill effects and stuff like that to signify the healing. So I wanted to include a bunch of those around her outfit, but also like a few hearts to kind of also symbolize life and health. So that's what I did in her staff, and I made that the very center of the staff. And I'm really happy about that staff, actually. I looked at a bunch of different references for staffs on Google to kind of get a sense of what I would want her to have, and came up with this. So I hope you like that. But anyway, there's her character design. And for the coloring, this was especially the part that I was excited to get to, because I already had a color palette. Like the second I saw her, I just knew what color she would be. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, if any of you other artists out there understand what I'm talking about, please let me know in the comments below. But sometimes you just create something and you already know ahead of time, like you can just see what they're gonna be. And that's always really exciting because that means, for me, that means that my vision is like coming together, like the fact that I'm visualizing it all ahead of time rather than kind of scrambling. So for her, I wanted to give her a orangey hair color, you know, not something that's like a bright orange, but you know, a pale-ish orange color for her hair. And I knew I wanted to contrast it. Like for her outfit, I wanted to give her aquas and maybe some light blues, but mostly aquas and whites is what I wanted her color scheme to be. Because again, in healing classes, they tend to be greenish / aqua-ish in terms of the skill effects to symbolize the healing and the health. So that's the color scheme I wanted to bring in here. And also because the orangey color contrasts this aqua / teal very well, because they're kind of opposite on the color wheel, like not exactly, but almost there. So they work really well together as colors. And then I used some dark grays, almost blacks, as the accents for her tights and her gloves, and then just some of the other tiny details. And then from there, it was just about mixing or placing the oranges and the aquas around in a way that spread all the colors out nicely. But I really enjoyed making this one. I don't know if, I think it's just the concept as a whole and the colors, the pose, just everything. I'm really happy with how it came together. And it being my favorite character class, I think I kind of went all out on it because I wanted to do this one justice. So I really hope you like the path I took with her and how I drew her. And I definitely want to hear which of these two characters is your favorite. And if you'd like to see me do this again, continue this series with RPG stores or whatever you want to see, let me know in the comments below. I always look through them. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. And as always, I have all of my links in the description box below. I have the link to my online store. Black Friday is coming soon, and I have a lot of new stuff, including my Ita bags coming to my store. So please take a look and be ready for that. Follow me on my Instagram page because I will be keeping you all updated there as to when everything goes live. I have a limited amount. But you can check out that link, my pin club, and my Instagram, and my Discord, all in the description box below. And thank you again to Lord of Heroes for sponsoring today's video and making it possible. As always, I will see you guys next Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Bye-bye.